right, stock futures positive ahead of the Halloween Friday open here, likely on the backs of some of those really strong earnings reports we got yesterday. S&P futures up 0.81% here, Dow futures up 0.16%, and the NASDAQ futures leading the way higher at 1.36%. Let's take a look at some cues from last sessions here. Most sectors on the S&P 500 closed on a negative note on Thursday, with consumer discretionary, communication services, and information technology recording the biggest losses. U.S. stock futures advanced on Friday after a day of decline on Thursday, but this morning futures are higher. Amazon and Apple drove gains on Friday after their strong quarterly results. This followed a decline in the NASDAQ Composite Index, dipping more than 350 points on Thursday as it was weighed down by mixed earnings from Meta and Microsoft. We will definitely be taking a look at both of those here today. Meanwhile, the 10-year Treasury bond yielded 4.11%, and the 2-year bond was at 3.61%. Now, we do have several stocks in focus here today, and they're going to be a lot of those earnings winners as well as Netflix. First one here is going to be Amazon. Amazon jumped 12.21% in the pre-market on Friday after reporting upbeat third-quarter results with net sales of $180.2 billion. That's up 13% year over year. It also said that it sees fourth quarter net sales in a range of $206 billion to $213 billion. That's up 10% to 13% year over year, respectively. Just a massive, massive move there in Amazon. Apple rose 1.88% after better than expected financial results, with revenue of $102.47 billion, which beat the estimate of $102.17 billion. So just a very little beat there. It reported earnings of $185 per share, which beat the $176 per share estimate. The big thing here with Apple, Tim Cook said that the iPhone is constrained by supply right now. He's gone on to say that the demand is off the charts for that phone. We had channel check reports saying that it was actually the iPhone Pro Max that had the most demand. That's the highest margin product that they have. So it looks like we're setting up for a pretty awesome upgrade cycle here for Apple, and you're seeing that reflected in the stock price. Netflix advanced 3.21% after announcing a 10-for-1 stock split. This is interesting because we were just talking yesterday about how the stock split for Chipotle, which was a 50-to-1, ended up being the top, or at least so far. Very curious to see if the same type of thing here on Netflix. They had, I think, 421 million shares in the float. It's going to be 4.2 billion after the split. Hope the stock still trades well. We'll see on that. I actually would be really curious to see what you folks think about a Netflix stock split. Are you bullish on this, bearish on this? I mean, the way I think is that as soon as that split is effective and all of these longtime Netflix holders that have tremendous gains in Netflix, you're probably going to sell some, right? We'll see about that. Well, I'm sure we'll talk about that. Curious how you folks all think about that. Reddit is the next stock on our list here. That gained 12.39% as it reported third quarter earnings of 80 cents per share, significantly beating the analyst estimate of 52 cents per share. Reddit also surpassed revenue expectations, reporting 585 million, which was higher than the consensus of 545.71 million. Last stock on our list here today is going to be Strategy, affectionately known as Mr., ticker MSTR. It soared 7.29% despite mixed third quarter financials, However, it became the first Bitcoin-focused company to receive an S&P credit rating earlier in the week. So MicroStrategy strong after earnings today.